Hi everyone, my name is Taryn Boyd and I'm a middle school Spanish teacher. Today I'll continue to talk about how we can modify some activities from a natural approach to the year to work for distance learning. A natural approach to the year is written by the fabulous Tina Hargaden and Ben Slavic, and I'll have their book linked below. The activity that I'm going to focus on today is one-word image, which is one of my favorite activities to do with my students. So just a quick review, one-word image is an input activity in which the teacher facilitates in the second language, and the students and the teacher together create a creature, basically an object that becomes a character based off of the student's suggestions. And meanwhile, there is a student artist in the back who is drawing a representation of the character. And the next class, then the artwork is revealed to the students. Here are a few examples of what the one-word images can look like. In my school, students are one-to-one with iPads, so that makes things a little bit easier for distance learning. So the first thing that I think that we need to do is hire an artist. And for distance learning, that student has to be really responsible. My idea is that the student will draw the character after class on their own time. I just feel like it would be too hard for them to be listening on their iPad or their device and also trying to draw the character, especially if they're a beginning student. So I think it would be better if they could listen during the lesson to the character, and then they can draw the character on their own time, take as much time as they want, and then email me the done drawing. If you're nervous about the student not coming through with the artwork, you could always draw one yourself as a backup, or you could actually assign everyone in the class to draw the creature. They could turn them all in and you could choose the best one, and that would be the one that you use in the next lesson. And this is actually a really good way to check for comprehension. The students have to read and reread the write and discuss in order to draw a correct representation of the character. My idea is that synchronously, the class and I will create the character like this. First, I like to have a list on the side of what we need to decide. It helps keep me organized. I think I want students to give suggestions about the creature via chat box on Zoom, because it seems less chaotic. I tell the students, if you even sort of like someone else's idea, get behind it quick so we can have a consensus. So if they see someone else's suggestion that they even sort of like, I tell them to second the idea quickly so we can decide in a timely manner. So for example, if I see people are starting to get behind the idea of tomate, then I'll just choose that. If I start seeing a fair amount of students choosing that, and then we just go through all the different characteristics. So colors, I can give them, this will take a while. I can give them, different colors. This is really good input. Going through different colors, and I can have them give suggestions like that. And then they'll decide on a few colors. Let's say they chose the normal rojo and verde. For the artists, I tell them it's up to you where you want to put the colors. You can choose what is red, what is green, just to make it easier. A lot of them are easier to decide because there's only two options, happy or sad, so those ones go pretty quickly. So let's say it's happy. And this you'll have to go pretty slow because you're gonna have to, if it's your first one-word image, then you'll have to be doing a lot of translating. Rich or poor, they usually choose rico. They like that. Smart or dumb, let's do tonto, I guess. And then residence. I really like including this because it has the structure of lives, vive, and then they can choose a place. This is good for like place vocabulary. Let's say that they chose the beach and then a name. I think in the book it suggests not to give it a name. I always do, just because it makes the character come alive from the very beginning. So they vote on a name. I don't know, what could we do? How about Tom? Tom el Tomate. And so basically you can just go through, like, ask questions like de qué color, cómo está, es rico o pobre, es inteligente o tonto, dónde vive, cómo se llama. So this can be as long or as short as you want. So when the student emails you the drawing, either an electronic drawing or a picture of a hand drawing, you can paste it into whichever program. I use Notability. And here I can draw and write on the actual document. There are other photo apps where you can draw on top of pictures. Side note, when the drawing is revealed, be sure to heap extra praise on the artist who did this on their own time, or praise the student whose drawings you chose out of all the options provided by the class. It's up to you how much detail you want to describe the drawing in. A lot of times students will add extra things to add to the character. So here they have the beach. You could even talk about the crab. You could talk about how to say water or sea. You could talk about how to say money, along with, rich. He lives at the beach. He's happy. You can describe all of the different colors that are in the drawing. So it's up to you how much detail you want to talk about the drawing. So here we are on a write and discuss. I think that this could be done pretty simply with students writing in a notebook, as I write on the shared screen. And you can just go through and write all of the things that you decided about the character. The artist can also use the write and discuss to reference while they are making the drawing of the creature on their own time. And then obviously they will send that to you, so then the next class you can reveal it to the students and provide more input by talking about the drawing. If we continue with distance learning, will you be trying out a one-word image? Let me know your ideas. Adios.